So I've been thinking that I need a name for my channel, or for my for this series of just recording action figure related footage. This in particular is the collection, and I put a video up earlier this year of where I was at that point. A lot of what I have now on display was some stuff that I had put away that I just opened up, or was mint unsealed, on a sealed card, or it was sealed. And a lot of it I bought in the last 6 to 8 months. So I definitely wanted to focus a little bit on the Rogues Gallery, the bad guys. So I made it a point to try to get as many bad guys as I could, and that I thought was cool, because I don't like getting action figures just to get them. I gotta like the action figure, or it's not gonna get got. So some of the new stuff from the last video includes the hand ninjas. Obviously wish I had a bunch more, but they're pretty expensive. I got those in a trade, I believe. I definitely wish I had more scrolls. I mean, I'm up to 4, which is kind of cool, including 2 of the super scrolls. One of them being the variant that has the thin colored fist, and then the other one is the one that comes with the Kree Warrior. That's the regular 2-pack. And then those 2 other guys, honestly, I don't even know where these guys come from. I found them for like $7 a piece. So I added them to the mini army. So that's an army I would, an Electra, that I wish to over the years, will add pieces here and there. I'm happy, man. I'm happy with where we at with the bad guys. Got this Norman at New York Comic Con. I think I paid, I want to say like $16 or $17, something like that, which is kind of a cool deal. Obviously expanded on the good guys. Finally got that Hawkeye that I had when it first came out years ago, and I let my son play with it and he destroyed it. So it's cool to have that back in my collection, as well as the newer Hawkeye, which are both real cool. Definitely wish I had more shield soldiers. I mean, I got the Dum Dum. Is it Dum Dum? Yeah, Duggan head. So, but only the 2 bodies. I got Luke in there because he's a Marvel legend, as Charlemagne likes to say. So definitely happy with Marvel Legends, with the collection, man. I'm always happy with it. Whether I had 10, when I had 5, and then 10, and then 15, and then 20, I was always real ecstatic with my collection. It was never about the numbers. It was always about getting figures that I enjoyed. Because there's a lot of figures I don't have that I kind of don't want. So I don't get. The Joes, this is pretty much the same setup I had. Let me bring the light up. The same setup I had from the first video that I had, just showing the collection. Nothing much has changed. Same thing with the Transformers, and I've added some stuff here and there, but essentially the same stuff. The Thing collection. Thing is one of my favorite heroes, so I've always collected as many the mini mates and just random stuff here and there that make up my Thing collection. And then the newest addition that I'm definitely feeling these days is the SH Figure Arts line. I've been able to get my hands on 4 of the Dragon Ball Z joints, and got a Kamen Rider from Darius. Definitely love them figures, man. That's is the ultimate figures. You get a couple of different heads or faces. You get different fists, hands, and weapons and effects and all that good shit. So it's always kind of get your bang. You know, it's funny because my wife was telling me how it's crazy that they're like $50. But for example, let me see what Legends figure recently. The Emma. Where's the Emma? So that Emma Frost, which is not that great a figure in my opinion, was selling around my way for damn near $50. I think it was $49 or $39.99. It was at least $40. And so if you look at it in those terms, you couldn't get that particular Wolverine line wasn't something that hit retail. So this went to a comic book store, and they get to raise the price. You know, they'll raise the prices on you, and that was the most expensive one of the line. So you're paying $40 for that one. Mind you, I found it for $23, so I wouldn't pay $40 for it. But versus paying, you know, $50 for that. I mean, I'll put the $10 extra. I mean, that's the way I look at it. You know, I love action figures, so I don't. It's cool with me. And that link is definitely dope. Some of the older stuff, just kind of the Mego style, Legend or Marvel characters. Let's see, better light there. But those are like the 9-inch clothed joints, and then my G1 reissue collection. It's on my sneakers. And then the Marvel Universe, I got a couple of the 3-packs. Bruce Lee. Man, I think it's no, it's not SH. I think it's Figma's supposed to release that Bruce Lee. It looks amazing, man. I really hope it does come out. Yeah, so basically this is where I store my action figures is, let me back up, is a hole in the wall type deal. So you know, if you haven't watched any of my videos before, then this is brand new to you. But these houses that were built in the early 1900s, they didn't make a lot of closet space, but one of the spaces they made was this, and this is what people would use to store away or put away their valuable silverware and dinnerware and shit like that. So obviously we've turned this into our living room, so I was allowed to use it. I was allowed to use it. And it's kind of cool because it does have the enclosed glass door. So at the very least, it has a little dust protection. And it also allows me to have 4 shelves and be able to have the lower shelf be pretty tall. So you can even put Giant Man back there and still have 3 shelves. And even the top shelf goes up pretty high. So which is great. So this is the update, man. This is the update. A lot of these figures, you know, stuff I've had for years, especially with the Legends. A lot of the Legends I was on it year to year. At the very least, if not the whole collection, or if not every one I wanted of that particular series or that run, I was able to grab, you know, 1 or 2. And for a long time, just store them away. Didn't open a lot, mainly because I was an adult raising kids. So my whole thing is, what was the point, right? But now with this whole toy photography and ACBA, and that has definitely inspired me to open a lot of what I own. And I was never against opening. I was never one of those guys that was like, oh, it's more valuable if it's closed, because I never. You know, I love my action figures. My goal is never to buy them to eventually sell them. I buy them to keep them forever. You know, not forever, but as long as I can, because best believe if I was hungry and I had to sell these, they're going. But that's not the case. So this is where we're at mid-December 2013 in terms of the open collection. And now I'm going to head over to the stuff that's sealed. Into the kitchen. Say hello to Valentine. Hey, buddy. Hey, I know. It's not dinner time yet. Soon enough. And then, let me turn on this light. Close this a little bit. Alright, so basically this is where I keep a lot of stuff that's sealed or in boxes, because a lot of stuff I've opened and I just put away. After a while it just becomes so much that you don't want to keep everything out. It gets dusty and it's just a pain in the ass. So some of the changes in this room is I think a lot of that was there. Obviously the 6-inch, the Black Series, those are new. The Masterpiece pieces I think are all new. I'm not sure if I had Thundercracker the last time I recorded this. I might have, but definitely Blue Streak and Sideswipe and Soundwave are new, and Grimlock from the Fall of Cybertron line is new as well. Something about this here. And then blocking that is Sound Blaster is underneath Grimlock, again just from the same line, the Fall of Cybertron. That's new. I think the alternator, the silver joint, which I think is Grimlock. Sorry for that. Yeah, so that's new. I got that at the Boston Comic Con this year. That was one of the few things that was, you know, that I bought there. There wasn't much there that weekend. Got this from Darius as well. The Amazing on Instagram, Darius Prince on Facebook. Got that New York Comic Con. Nothing much has changed. Yeah, I guess the second shelf, a lot has changed. I've put more. Well, that's new. That's the Cobra Invasion team is new, and I'm pretty sure the Desert Assault, the Cobra Desert Assault is new. Yeah, it is, and so as is the kind of old school, new school Snow Job with his ATV, and then on the other side of that is, so you know, past and present type deal. And it's starting to snow already, or it has snowed in Boston, which is great. Give you a quick shot of the snow outside. And I love the snow because, I love the snow in general, but for GI Joes, I always think of snow, and I want to get. I get a lot of stuff a lot of stuff I end up buying is more snow related. GI Joes, just because I like taking them out in the snow and letting that be my background for them. I got this in New York as well, pretty cheap. I think I paid like $10 for it, maybe, or $8, something like that. But that's definitely a Arctic Threat. Arctic Threat. So I have a couple different action figures, Joes, that I can definitely take out there into the snow. But I do want to take the rock slide out soon, this weekend maybe. Hopefully, it's supposed to snow again. As well as the speeder bike. That particular guy and his speeder bike is a snow-based trooper. So I want to take him out the box and put him out there for some pics. So yeah, so then what I did is I actually sold a lot of my my action figures in the pantry. So I sold a lot of my what was down here before was just a bunch of Star Wars. I ended up selling them to you know, all of them to Toy Vault. They have this thing where once a month I think they buy toys or whatever, and I just, no articulation. I got tired of them, so I went to the basement, got the movie joints. So those are hung up, and then moved these Star Wars. I kept these. I like these. Remind me, or these are the kind of throwbacks of the packaging that I when I was a little kid, that my moms would get me. So I definitely want to keep these because they're kind of cool. So that kind of stayed the same. Then I think what I did is I moved the Barry Sanders display to this side, and Barry Sanders is a running back for the Detroit Lions. He retired years back, but was one of the best of all time. So nothing's changed on the Marvel Universe figures. I don't really. I mean, I bought these just because the Legends series kind of slowed down, and these were out, and So I got these, but not necessarily to open them. I don't really like the paint job, the articulation. I mean, I know Apocalypse he's the only one I opened up, and he's great, but just looking at pictures online, they look horrible. The Marvel Universe looks horrible. I mean, compared to the Legends for the most part, and then you compare that to SH Figure Arts, and then so forth and so on. So this just becomes more of something I'd keep in the package, and I may even sell one day. I don't know. I mean, I don't love them enough to continue collecting them, and I don't get excited when I see the new ones. On the pegs at Toys R Us, I've let so many go by, so many, I almost got Professor X the other day just because of his meaning to the X universe. But yeah. And then this is my messy ass, that's why I stack up all my dioramas, but it just goes to show that it doesn't take that much space. I mean, on that I have my train station, my butcher shop, the newest one with the arches, the one with just a doorway standing, and then that's like the floor to the butcher shop, and actually the other side of that floor is a wooden floor to one of my living rooms. So that was a dual. I was able to use both sides of that, which is kind of cool. And then you can kind of see the walls back there to the living room and so forth. So I'm able to store all of those there. My Marvel books. So yeah, so not much has changed. I've shifted a few things, some of the original Legends that I bought. Well, I was able to get a second Iron Man, Spider-Man, Hulk, and so forth, and just never opened them because I had him open for a long time. The Hulk's head fell off, and I ended up throwing him out. I should have kept him because I know people could use them for parts. I may still have him somewhere. I'm pretty sure I do. And in the Iron Man, same thing. The head fell off the original. That's just the kind of the backup. Yeah. Yes. That was for John Connor, who was putting some Larry Bird pictures up for a little bit, and I definitely appreciate it because, I'm from Boston. I'm from Boston, and I love all my Boston teams, and the Celtics were winning championships in the 80s when I was 10, 11, 12, 13 years old, and then they sucked for a long time. They won one a couple years ago, but Larry Bird is one of the best power forwards of all time. Dude could barely dunk, but he'll J in your face. Wanted to open this past Halloween, and I didn't. I guess I'll save it for next Halloween. But I want to do a real cool scene with it. And I don't know. I've always, I don't know. I want to open it. I don't want to open it. I don't even know. But that's dude from Crouch Tiger, Hidden Dragon. Pretty good movie. I haven't seen it. Old school G.I. Joe. Horrible G.I. Joe. But one of the ones that I bought when I was a teenager and kept. And now I'm in my late 30s, so that's kind of cool to be able to still have that. So this is kind of the yeah, man, this is the collection. And yeah, like I said, I'm always happy with the collection that I have, man. I've never been one to complain. Even when I was a kid and my mom would, get me some action figures, I wouldn't want, obviously I'd want them all, but I understood, man. We didn't have money like that. We didn't have a car. We had to take the bus to town. I understood that if I only got 1 or 2 action figures, I would never be upset. I'd be like completely happy with them 2 action figures. So to this day, I still get that same satisfaction, and I never feel like if I don't get a complete line, even though I made, like for example, these Joes was, they're amazing. Haven't opened up these 2 yet. I've opened up most of the line, and I would love to get every single one, but I can't, and that's all right. That's cool. Mainly because I want to get other action figures, other lines. I mean, my main, for me, Marvel Legends is probably number 1 in terms of what I buy the most. Number 2 is probably G.I. Joe. Transformers number 3, mainly because what I really want these days are the masterpieces, and they're super expensive, man. I can't be dropping, $80 on a masterpiece all the time. I mean, I gotta pace myself with that one. So it kind of takes a back seat in terms of that. But you know, the Joes are a little, you know, they're not as expensive. And then Star Wars. Star Wars would be probably number 4. I don't do a lot of Star Wars these days. I mean, definitely the Black Series is off the hook because it is 6 inches. I mean, I would love for the Joes to drop 6-inch figures. That would be amazing. But so yeah, so I'm just waiting to build that up a little bit. Build some dials that make sense in that universe, and that's something that I'll work on for 2014. For now, I'm pretty patient. I can leave stuff in the package for a long time, and just know that eventually I'm gonna open it. And when I do, it's brand new to me, you know. And what I've noticed now is that you know, a figure comes out, Link comes out, and then you know the community picks up the figure, and it's a great figure, and then that's what you're going to see in Toy Pops, and that's what you're going to see being posted is the newest Link figure by Figma, and that's great. You know, I'm enjoying that as well because I think it's a great action figure. But it's cool that you can put some figures away 6 months, a year and a half, and then bring them back out, and people forget all about them, and it's like, oh shit. So that's always been, you know, even I collect sneakers, and speaking of, let's go to my son's room. Let's check out the my son doesn't get to keep his closet because he's a slob, and he's hid stuff in the closet before, like sandwiches, and they've become moldy and molded up the whole closet, so he's not allowed to use his own closet. So this is my son's closet, aka my closet, because I took ownership of it. I collect sneakers. I'm a sneaker collector as well. I've been selling a lot of sneakers in the past 8 months. Actually, in the past year and a half, for a couple of reasons: to create space, but also to take some of the money I make from collecting sneakers and roll it into action figures. So it's not a lot of money is coming out of my pocket because I'm selling them on eBay, making that money, and flipping that money over and getting action figures. So that's been my history. When I collect stuff, I tend to, you know, collect something for a while and then go to another collection, not eliminate the one I was collecting before, but maybe not being as active in it as I you know. So it may be with action figures, I'm real active for a year and a half, 2 years, and then kind of slow down a little bit, go back to sneakers. I'm active for a couple years, and so forth and so on. So that kind of becomes my history. But yeah, man, sneakers top to bottom, and a lot of what I've kept is what I like, and so I tend to just, again, buy what I like. I mean, I try not to fall into that hype. I mean, I can't say that I don't get curious, but I don't get stuff just because everybody else is buying it. You know, then again, I'm not a young man. I'm 39 years old. I have a 21-year-old son. You know what I mean? So obviously priorities change, and your way of thinking changes, and it's not as important anymore. The you know, the quantity is more the quality. So for example, these are I think these are the 3s, True Blue 3s, which I love, the Air Jordan 3s, and we have some 6s, and I don't know where I'm at, 23 minutes. Yeah, you know what, I'll open a couple and show them off, just because I like these sneakers, man, not because I'm trying to show off. I just really enjoy the sneakers. Let me see. Yeah, like some of my favorite sneakers of all time are these, and I've wore them a couple times already, and the last time I wore them, I saw that they started to crack. That's one of the reasons I haven't been messing with sneakers, because the quality is really low on Jordans these days. Actually, you can see it right there. When it starts to kind of, the paint starts to crack. They say it's supposed to happen, but damn, these are like $160, bruh. So these are some that I really like, and then there's certain pairs that I like that I've only worn once, or I haven't worn yet, and eventually I will. These are the Olympic 6s, and I've worn these one time. I really like this sneaker too, maybe twice, but I'm a fan of these as well. I love the color. It's that navy blue and white. Not too loud. You know, Boston Red Sox type colors, Boston colors with the dark blue, is, you know, the Patriots and the Red Sox have that dark blue color. So I get a lot of Red Sox fitted caps. And then I think these are the 5s. These may be my favorite pair and color of all time, if these are the white 5s. Let me see. Yeah, so this particular model, I haven't worn them. I actually have another pair that I wore today, actually, that are a little beat up. But this is my favorite sneaker of all time. This color, this model, the Air Jordan 5. This is, I think, the 3rd or 4th time they retroed it with the clear sole. I love these kicks, and I'm not going to wear them for a long time just because the other pair I have, they're a little beat up, but they still look good. They look good. I can still clean them up, but I'm going to keep these on. We call it keeping it on ice. I'm pretty sure it's the same thing. I think it's the same thing in the action figure world, but I'm going to keep these on ice for a long time. Let me see what else. Some last pair I'll show. These are a pair of Run DMC Jam Master Jay anniversary type deals for Jam Master Jay, I believe, or just for Run DMC in general. Oh no, they are. You know what? I'll say it right now. No, the Jam Master Day, JMJ. So these were kind of a. They released this a couple years ago, and actually I was really surprised because it sold for $150, and shelters normally don't sell for $150. You can get shelters for like $60, $70, but these had kind of the gold rope on the lace. I wore these recently for the first time to an event at the Sheraton where they asked me to spray paint a wall made out of Rice Krispie treats. Spray paint the wall with edible spray paint, and they paid me. They paid me to do it, and I wrote something like "Hip Hop Don't Stop It." It was just one of them gigs that a friend of mine who worked at the Sheraton got me, and I definitely appreciated it. And I have some more of my dioramas are back here as well. Most of the train or the gas station, and something else. Anyway, so yeah, so I did this gig and it was real cool, man. It was cool. I went up there with my, my b-boy pants and my b-boy sneakers and the Run DMC Adidas, and it was a good time. And it was like a convention that we're having at the Sheraton, so it was cool to be a part of it. Yeah, so this is the floor of the subway. I mean, not subway. I keep saying subway. Or the gas station. Alright folks, so that's it. Half an hour of a lot of talking, and I hope you stuck around. But I think I'm gonna be creating some more videos, and I want to take the camera outside and hit up some different stores that are unique in this area. I'm gonna make a couple of tutorial type deals with the magnets. I had done a little bit under in the dial structure group, but I want to do it on YouTube. And alright, y'all, thank you very much for watching, and I'm out. Peace. Say peace, Val. I said say peace. Damn, you never speak, bro. Shit. Speak your mind, fool.